Hey everyone, we are live.
It's
Welcome to
Tuesday.
today. How you doing? Shauna, you
I'm
frozen? How
good.
you doing?
I'm here. I'm good. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
I know, you know, a truck tried to take me out, but I'm back, y'all.
you're tougher than a truck.
Yeah, built for tough is what I used to tell my ex.
Yeah,
So yeah, we're good. I'm healing. Still got some bumps and bruises, but I'm healing good. Um, and yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. Back with my family.
we're glad to have you. And we're going to talk about one of your favorite topics, a topic
Blended
that you know.
families.
Hi, Olivia. We are going to have Olivia on as a
Hello,
guest
Olivia.
in a very few short weeks.
Oh, tell me about Miss Olivia.
Miss Olivia is my friend from the Rockaways. She is also a
Hello, brother.
What up,
master of social
everyone?
work.
I'm back.
And welcome.
Yo, y'all,
Wise.
y'all ain't even gonna believe I like literally fell asleep.
I
We
had
were
a
just talking
feeling.
about it. All
I
three of
had
us
a
were
feeling
out like an
that's what
hour
you did.
ago.
I had a feeling that's what you did.
Yeah.
Yes, it was one of those days. I literally just got back from the doctor a little while ago, so I was mad tired. I just fell out, but I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah. I walked 5 miles on the beach yesterday with two of my friends, and literally my ass has not recovered.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, all the way. Oh, Olivia and her husband Michael have officially moved to Jamaica. And
Oh,
yeah, they moved off the rock.
I love it. Me and Kevin are honestly, which is funny because on our first date, y'all know we went to Honolulu for 2 weeks, and then we just went to Maui, and we are thinking about retiring Hawaii because we just love Hawaii. We love it.
Oh, well, Olivia's talking about like Jamaica, like Queens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, nothing quite
She
so
moved from.
exotic.
She moved from. Oh, I thought you meant Jamaica, the country. I was gonna say, oh, that's wonderful.
You're too fancy for us now. You're just like you and your like jet hopping husband are too fancy for the
Not a
rest of
jet
us.
hopping. Hawaii is beautiful. I just want everybody to experience that one time in their life, just like everybody should experience Disney World with their children one time in their life. I believe that. Um, so we are talking about my ultimate favorite topic: blended families.
Yes.
Everybody
Ah,
who knows me knows that I have a blended family, and I have 3 children. My husband has 2 children. My bonus baby lives with me. He's autistic and he's amazing. Um, and I did not get to tell you guys,
no.
but we are approved to start looking for our adopted baby girl.
Oh,
So we are
congratulations.
finished with everything. We are
Congrats.
so we look, we really blended.
Oh yes, definitely.
With some of ours and somebody else's. We really blended.
So you'd be like the Williams bunch.
Yeah. So yes. So um yeah. So I'm gonna pop out with a adopted daughter soon, y'all.
You know what? It's less wear and tear on your thighs.
Yeah, best to believe it.
Hmm.
And she gonna be potty trained because we are not trying. We skipping over all of that. Give me a baby who could talk. Thank you,
Congratulations.
Olivia. We are ecstatic. We are ecstatic. I got the word when I was way on business, and I was just over the moon. So soon we will have an adopted baby girl who's gonna be, as Barbara says, she hit the, what did you say, Barbara? She hit the
The
parent
parental
jackpot.
lottery. She hit the parental lottery. If she gets half of what King gets, forget it. It's a wrap. And you already have a daughter who is
It's a diva.
a very confident woman, a very strong, independent, confident woman. And yeah, so
I'm excited. We're excited. So blended families. Okay, so what about blended families are we discussing? The highs and the lows, because I got all of that.
what do you do when you meet somebody? Like, I remember witnessing what you went through in real time.
Yes.
But what do you do if you meet somebody and, like, because I think if I met somebody now and they said that they had like a 10 or 11-year-old, I would not care how good they were. I would be like, thank you, next. Because I just, yeah, no, not a
At
good one.
46, I promise you, at 46, I probably would be there because I'll be 47 this year. I probably would be like, you got kids. But, King and Kevin caught me at the right time. God knew what he was doing at the right time. And, it's five bratty children. And we're now, let's say this. Y'all know it wasn't always peaches and roses in the beginning.
Oh, Lord, no. Because my
Because
favorite person kept you in court for like, what now, 3 years?
we just finished 3 weeks ago. So from 2020 to present, the bonus baby mama kept us in court for 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. The
Wow.
baby she gave away.
And the fact that her batshit ass kept going to court and the court kept like entertaining these crazy claims because her claims were bananas. First of all, she should have been in prison for kidnapping. I
Mhm.
don't care who hears me. I couldn't care less.
No, we don't care about that.
But she was all like, he went away for his 2-week visit. And she was pretty much like holding him for ransom for a couple
Yep.
of months.
He ain't coming
And this
back.
was yeah. And I mean, I had interactions with her, and at that time, she did not care. She did not seem to care
You
about
didn't have
King
a good feeling from the
at
beginning.
all. No, and I was
You
very
did
clear
not
about
have a
it.
good feeling from the beginning.
Yeah, because she was standing there and she was speaking a different language to a member of her family.
In Haitian or Creole. Is
I
Creole?
didn't say what language, but it happens that I'm I just know a couple things. And I knew that she was saying things that were not nice about Sean. And she wasn't paying attention. She was watching me play with her kid that she hadn't seen in months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and my ex were watching King in the bouncy house with the slide out in the yard. And she's standing there talking shit about Sean in patois, like um like I don't exist and the kid doesn't exist. And
Uh-huh.
then like I walked right in. I'm like, I'm not 100% sure what she was saying, but what words I did figure out were not nice words. And I was like, no, this chick is not legit.
Right.
And
You
Dave
said
was
from the
like,
beginning.
I said something, and Dave was like, well, with an ass like that, she doesn't really have to be legit. And
Uh,
true.
uh, uh.
It was
That's
like,
funny.
wow, that's a lot going on back there. And white guys usually don't comment like that. Just saying. But yeah, he was like, there's a
All
whole
fake.
lot going on back there.
She brought it at the Dominican Republic.
Oh, she did? Oh, I thought it was like, see, I
So
was
she had
giving
a
you
like
way
a.
too much credit.
You thought she had like a black girl booty? No. She brought
No,
it.
I thought she just had like the whole package. Like it was all, yeah, I was like proud of
She
her.
do. It was brought.
Crap.
So
So
that's interesting.
why?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time we've done all the talking and you've had nothing to say, and we've been
No,
going
Yeah,
on for
yeah.
like
He's
no, I'm
like,
like that
10
one is
solid
definitely
minutes.
interesting.
Just she's
That
gonna
that
sue us for defamation of character as soon
no,
as she
that's the
looks it up
truth.
in the
That ain't no
dictionary.
lie. That's the truth.
but
Yes.
all right, so with that, how did you get this is good. Y'all can lead this one. How did you
Okay.
get past the situation with the mother and make things work out and like how like he's with you now, he's with you guys now. You're not having all the same issues with the mom and stuff no more, are you? Oh
So
damn.
No, it seems
no,
to have stopped.
no, no. I
Oh,
stopped
okay.
talking about it, people.
Oh,
So let me update you in the world. So when we got to Georgia, because we got married, y'all know she kidnapped him, and then the courts gave us custody in New York, and he was on a visit for the summer, and then she kidnapped him. We got him back. We moved to Georgia. She told Georgia courts that my husband got custody of him under false pretense. They entertained all of it. All of it. Even with the paperwork and everything, they entertained it all. We 3 weeks ago, the weekend of Mother's Day, finally is done battling because the state of Georgia stated that he should still be with us and she gets visitation. Um, so we got that settled. So we've been battling since we said I do,
mm-hmm.
which is 2020 July,
Wow.
and 3 weeks ago we just finished. And the state of Georgia said we should still have him, but now it's a thing where my lovely baby is coming home and saying that he don't want to be there and we are stuck. So we are not past it as far as me and her. When I wasn't the wife, she was more my friend because I wasn't the wife. When
Mm.
we got married, she lost all sense of reality. When we got in court, when we got King back, she wanted to talk to me, and y'all know me, I give people second, third chances. I'm near the cross. I'm, what would Jesus do type of person. But because I've seen my husband cry about his son and not know where he's at, when we got to court, I was like, whatever he wants at this, because I used to mediate for them, whatever he wants at this time is what will happen. I'm out of it. So she only wanted to talk to me because she got caught. She never reached out to me while she was hiding him.
Mm.
So I have not been involved with her since then. I just been doing my duty as a stepmom and the child that lives in my home or whatever like that, because as y'all know, me and King got a bond that no one could ever break.
Right.
It was immediate.
It really was immediate. It really was immediate. So that is the status of us. Um, In the beginning, y'all know my sons was like, who is this man and why is he all smitten with my mama? They wanted to fight the man. They wanted because they was just like, who is like no. But going to therapy with my children, we found out that we were what therapists call a meshed family.
Mm-hmm.
So because we were a mesh family, they were like we did everything together. We did things we made our world just them. Y'all know me and my kids. That they are my
Yeah,
world.
explain to us with a what's the difference between a meshed family and a blended family? Because these are
So
things that you know.
right. So the therapist was like, y'all are literally a mesh family. And we're like, what? So a mesh family is like y'all like this, what everybody call like a tight knit. No one can come in
Right.
type of circle, nobody can come in. So because we were that, they had difficulty accepting him in.
Yeah, you
So
had
what
boyfriends, but you didn't have anybody that was like interested in marrying you and starting your life in a different direction.
and living.
Oh,
So
him.
I dated, but I really didn't have anybody. I had one other person live with me, and that's, as y'all know, is the false prophet. I knew I knew I was gonna start laughing. Y'all know I've talked about the false prophet before.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know the false prophet very well.
so he lived with me for a little bit, but that's the
Mm-hmm.
only man besides their dads they saw me with until in my bed on a constant basis until Kevin.
Right.
So they wasn't having it. They was like, no way. But you know, time has passed. They have let him in because, you know, I was like, listen, y'all, I have to be happy. Your mom don't want to be the mom with 8 cats and always in y'all business. So, y'all got to let me be married and let me have this life because y'all are getting older. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and they had to let me be. And they do, and they definitely call Kevin, ask Kevin for advice now. We are good now. But in the beginning, this blended family was not. And even my stepson, because not King, my other stepson, because moms is just the way they are. He used to come to my house and he would walk by and be like, and I'd be like, here we go. But because me and Kevin stayed steadfast and like, this is who we're going to be with, we are going to get married, and all of y'all five going to have to just come out, come along and get
Mm-hmm.
along. Our family's okay now.
And that blended family thing it's not easy, but you worked at it and you made it work for you.
Absolutely. I
So
did.
so that's the special part of it all.
Yeah,
Because
me and Kevin made it work because, Kevin had to be steadfast in what he was feeling. I had to be steadfast in what I was feeling. And it was like, we let our kids know, like, y'all ain't about to break us up. Y'all just gonna have to deal with this because this is where we want to be. And that's what we did. And even our children's other parent, we had to let them know, like, no, this is what it is. This is what it is. So Kevin and my youngest son father is like buddies. Um and Kevin and my youngest son father is buddies, and yeah. And everybody, like, we're one big blended family. We really are.
well, your youngest son's father wasn't insane anyway, so
True. True.
that's
True.
a lot to it. But
So, Wise, let me ask you, if you got with a girl, you have 5 children, 5 beautiful children, your grandpa,
Hmm.
if a woman came to you with, and listen, I want to get with you. I got 5 kids too. Are you blending that family together? Or are you or are you passing like Barbara?
Honestly, I really, well, I wouldn't have a problem with it because at my age, she's not gonna have no teenagers or no little kids.
That's true.
So her kids will be grown like my kids.
Maybe,
I mean, don't get
maybe.
me wrong.
Because my cousin had her last baby at 46.
If a woman,
I'm
I'm
just saying.
50, I'm 55. I'm
So
55. So
so
I'm just saying, like, but I'll
and
deal
I'm
with it.
really serious. That's a true story. She had her last baby at 46 years old. She really did.
Yeah, all her hair probably fell out right after that,
So
but
not nice.
I would deal with it. You know, I would deal with it. I would work on it. See what we're working with that. But at this point, I don't even know that I'm looking for that. So,
So
but
it'd be a no.
it depends. It depends on the situation. But I wouldn't be adverse to it. So I'll probably give it a try and see what's going on with that. I don't know.
My biggest
Barbara.
hurdle right now is not people with children. My biggest hurdle is telling people that I'm an atheist, and they're like, "But you believe in God, right?" No.
You like look up the meaning and call me
All
back.
right. After you tell them I'm
No.
an atheist, then they
Look up
go,
the meaning and call me
Yeah.
back.
It's
I'm
like,
not doing this with you.
yeah, but like, no, no, no. But you're telling me that you're spiritual but not religious. No, I'm telling you that I am a stone cold atheist. I'm like a humanist. I don't believe that there is like a God sitting up on a cloud, like above the earth or whatever. I believe that like
As you
human
atheists
beings
call it, Sky
are.
Daddy. You don't believe
Yeah.
in a
Like
Sky
I do
Daddy.
not believe like in the invisible man in the sky. I sort of believe that like humanity can rise to the form of the Godhead if
Mhm.
you do it right, if you act right, and you like try and be like the best person. And yeah, and it's like, nope, you tell people you want to go to church with them, you'd be better off telling them that you're never going to have sex with them, because like Jesus Jones, I'm like, I'm not so sure that I took all that. Like, is he like, is that your child? Is like religion your child that you can't live without? I don't know. I don't know. But
So for me, Barbara knows me, Wise know me. For me, I used to pick the guys who didn't have no kids. If somebody would have told me 6 years ago, because we are coming up in the next 2 weeks on our third wedding anniversary. Can you believe it? 3 years. Uh, I Olivia says she's spiritual. Don't invite her to no church.
yeah, no, I don't want to know. There's only one person in the world I will go to church for, and that is my dad. And he hasn't asked me in years. But if I happen to be like down there for a reason where he lives at and he's going to church, because when my mom died, my father went to church every day for 5 years, every
Really?
single day. Yeah, to pray, to make sure that like she got to heaven and that he was like in a state of grace. And yeah, I'm serious. It was,
When you talk about your dad and the love that your mom and dad had, I love it. I
it was,
love it.
it was real because like they went through all the things. And
I love
my
it.
mom was definitely one of those people that would have like she would have loved my bonus children. Like I am no longer with their dad, but they're still my bonus children.
Right.
And their mom is kind of like, oh no, you were like a definite legit part of raising them. And yeah, and that's another thing. If I'm dating somebody and they're kind of like, well, you need to let go of your ex's kids. No, pal, I need to let go of you. Bye. Step off now. Bye.
Well, I will say this, and look, in my defense, you know that my husband he did take care of Crazy
Uh,
Girl's kids,
yeah,
and
no, I remember that.
she used him. And
Yeah.
when I started seeing the signs, it was like, nah, let that go, because she don't care. Like, she don't care about you. She just want you to do. She was trying to find a dad for her kids, and it's
But
like,
the thing was,
go ahead.
she was going to give you all her kids as a package deal.
Yes,
I remember that.
yes.
And it's like, you were kind of like, no,
Look
no,
at
no.
Juan's face. So what Barbara is talking about, when King came to us, she was trying to give
All the kids.
Kevin, not the oldest one, the other one, the one above King. And Kevin is not the daddy. And I told Kevin, I was like, you're sick. He didn't have any money. He wasn't working anymore, because of the simple fact is he just, he was sick. So he had let go Delta. He was on, like, they was giving him extended sick leave, like he was getting like $100 a week type situation. No,
What
go
the
take her
hell
to
kind of
her daddy.
mother was that? Like,
Go take her to her daddy, because I I'm gonna take care of yours, because, and y'all know I've always been like this with King. I'm gonna take care of yours because I am in this relationship with you, but I ain't taking care of no other man's baby that I'm not with. I'm not doing that. I can act like Mother Teresa is a little bit, but I ain't that close to the cross. Nope.
No,
no, I
it
hear
was
you.
like, yeah,
I
it
hear
was
you.
crazy.
And because he did that, it made her worse. So how much really did you care about him having this relationship with these kids?
Wow. And to me, the whole thing with the blended family in certain situations is it's not easy, because like when you're dating someone, say you and that person break up, and now their kids are close to you or whatever, how do you deal with that situation? Like,
Right.
it's not the kid's fault that you guys didn't work out, but how do you deal with still being in contact with them? And
That's true. Now I will say this. My children was very close to my youngest son's dad. There now I did not take advantage of the situation, because his mom, God rest her soul, she was my angel on earth. Everybody who really knows me knows that
Yeah,
was my
but
angel
I
on
met
earth.
most of Jordan's family,
Family.
and they
Amazing
are
people.
lovely people. Like they are
Amazing
lovely
people.
people.
But his wife did not really want him to have a relationship with them, just because, they was cheating, and she was feeling insecure, and she didn't want him to have a relationship with them. But she didn't want them to have a relationship with him. And I didn't ask for money. I wasn't like that other one. I didn't ask for money for my children, nothing. But so he eventually like complied with her, because he wanted to be with her. But I will say this, he came back to that. And now that my kids is having babies, he buys things for the grandbabies. They get extravagant, expensive gifts for their babies and everything else. So, he came back to that. And, his family, like we were so tight, half the family except for him was at my wedding.
right,
His
right.
sister
Yeah,
was in my wedding,
yeah.
because we was just so tight, and I'm just so genuine with my stuff that, we just became, look, that was another blended family. So, Even to this day, my kids call them auntie, uncle, whatever like that, and they have a, like you, Barbara. They have a really important role in raising my older two children. They really do.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, that's like a lot of people can't do that. And like one of the things that absolutely shocked me, like my ex was just a bad communicator. Like not good, kind of had the attitude like whoever's speaking the loudest wins the argument kind of a person.
Oh Lord.
And when we broke up, his ex was like, "Oh no, you've been with my kids for 10 years. Like you can't just go."
That's a real woman.
That is a real woman, especially considering that the first few years that I was with my ex, he was like made her seem so bad
That's what they
and
do,
so
though.
like unworthy of like love and respect. But then like when people say actions speak louder than words,
Mm-hmm.
that's not even a strong enough statement. Because now that like, now that I look back with like the 2020 hindsight, I'm like, so much of it was not like so much of it was readable in what was going on around me, especially with the kids, because the kids never, once their mom, they never slept another night in their father's house. And it's been like 8 years. Never, not even one night. Not even like it got late and we were watching movies or we were watching an MMA fight and it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Never, not once. And you have to think, even when their grandmother was there, even when my family was there, and they never missed, the kids were super respectful of me and my time and my family. Like if my kids were there, they were going to be there. And if my family was there, they were there, but they never stayed. And
Oh,
it makes me wonder, like, I don't wonder anymore, but it made me wonder at the time. I was kind of like, huh, okay, maybe this is not what it seems. But as far as like blending them in, I was very, very cautious for a long time because I knew that they weren't my kids. And my mom was always like one of those people that was like, if you get with somebody who already has a kid, they become your kid. Your kid gets one, they get one. Your
yep.
kid has to go there, they have to go there.
I
And
agree.
don't, yeah, 100%. My dad, on the other hand, was kind of like the guy that's like, they're not your kids. They have a
You
mother.
know, I had a lot of people feel that way about me with King in the beginning.
Yeah, I
And
wasn't
I
one of
was
them.
like, nah, this boy deserves nothing but the best that life has to offer.
The
Like
shape that
I
he
I
came
don't
to
see nothing else
you,
for him. Huh?
the shape that he came to you.
You already know. You
No,
already know.
I happened to be, I was like the
You
first
had the front
hand,
row
like,
seat. You was
yeah,
you Barbara, speaking of blended families,
yeah, but yeah, that's not what I'm talking
Barbara
about. But yeah,
was definitely the one who spearheaded and helped me with this. And you
I'm the fairy godmother.
yeah, you are. Well, Olivia said it is such a touchy situation because you want to make sure that the kids are not negatively impacted by what's going on with the parents, but somehow they always get involved. And that is true. That is true because my bonus baby that's in New York still, he definitely kind of he talks to his father like kind of, he's distant, and that has everything to do with adults putting children in adult situation. And I agree with her, but how kids get involved is because adults can't leave adult problems with the adults. They got to get ahead and bring the children along so they somehow seem right.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
that's very,
100%
very
true.
true.
I've witnessed that firsthand. That is very true. And like me, when I was dating someone with children, this was the hard part with me. You know how I am with kids and how I feel kids should be in a child's place and this and that. Sometimes you speak up about like how to discipline a kid or whatever, and the person is basically like, yo, this is my kid, this is the way I do it. And you have to step back and be like, okay, well now when your kid is fucked up, don't come to me because I tried to tell you. Like I would be like, you think that's a punishment? Telling them to go in the room and watch TV? That's not a punishment. Oh, you're black. You discipline your kids different.
What? You black?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way. No way. No way. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, no, that's like not.
But some people look at it like that. Some people don't. Like I don't
Wow.
know.
No, that does not.
Even speaking on that, like I want to veer off for like one quick second. I know y'all see the whole thing in the news with the lady, the 14-year-old son that shot the guy. Everybody saw it and things like this. I was having a conversation about this. I want to see how you guys look at it. I know I'm veering off. I just wanted to see if I'm crazy. My thing, I said the grown-ups, both grown-ups were 100% wrong. Now, the guy was
You
more
think the mom
wrong.
was wrong?
All
I
right,
didn't see the full video.
let me tell you why I felt the mother was wrong.
Okay.
Don't sit there and argue with a person. Sometimes you could step away. You see this guy's getting rowdy. He was an idiot no matter what.
He punched her like she
Right,
was
like he was a man.
man.
Right. So you know he wasn't about shit. He was a bum to me. But I felt as a mother, you don't get your kid involved in certain things. So if you have a chance to walk away, walk away.
You know and yeah, we are veering off real quick, but you know we know the law. She's lucky that they seen that as self-defense
Right,
because she didn't shoot him. He did.
right. And that's my
And
point. It
right.
could have
And
went so much worse for the
she's lucky.
kid. And
Yeah.
and
And he's only 14.
right, and that's why I said at a certain point, you're supposed to step away, put your pride, your ego to the side, and just like you don't argue, you don't go. Like I said, the guy is a piece of shit. No dude should be beating on a woman like that.
Was
He
RIP.
he drew back and punched her like she was a punching bag.
He punched her like she was a 250-pound man.
Right, right. I was disgusted with that. But my thing with that, I was telling one of my friends, like, at the end of the day, you don't sit and argue with people. This is the thing. People are so prideful sometimes. Like I know another guy, he was in the car and it was another car by him, and the guy was arguing with him. His wife and daughter is like, get out the car. Don't let them talk to you. You don't know what anybody have on. This is where I said people's pride and the ego get them in such shit. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you a punk or nothing. It makes you smart to walk away from certain
I
situations.
preached that to my kids for years.
Yes, I always
Preached that
say
to my
that.
kids for years. And I was never that parent who got my children into adult stuff,
Right.
because of the simple fact is that now this boy, although he's not going to jail, he's going to be in therapy for a long time because he's 14 and killed somebody who he probably never have done before, never even probably shot a gun before.
Hmm.
And he's 14 and he killed someone at the request of his mother.
Right. Right. And the thing is, like someone else brought up, this dude that got killed, he has family out there. They all live around this dude, this boy and his mother.
Found out
Yeah.
he didn't think about that.
No, no, no. I ain't saying the kid thought about that.
No, the
The guy
man.
that threw the punch, he didn't
Right,
think
right.
about.
No, I ain't.
Because you never, like you said, you never know what someone has. And that is the epitome of you never know what someone has.
Right,
How you decide to punch that lady like that? How you,
right.
because she was a lady, you didn't think she had a gun and you met your demise.
But you could see from him, this isn't the first time he punched a woman.
Nah, he did that effortlessly.
Right, right. It was like no second thought or anything. But what I was saying is the guy said, this guy, because their case is so prevalent and everybody, they got to move out of Chicago now because you don't know who knows this dude.
That's true.
And a lot of people, they may not care. They, whether you're right or wrong, you shot my brother, you shot my uncle, I'm gonna get you back now. All that, a lot of this could have been solved if the mother would have just been like, yo, forget it, walked out the place and just left. Or when he was telling her, shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna punch you, be quiet. And I'm not putting it on her. Like I said, I'm not putting it on her like she's wrong. But I'm just looking for a different way things could have been settled. Because like you said now, right or wrong, her son's life is no longer ever going to be the same.
Nah.
This kid's life is forever changed because of that situation.
He's a baby.
Right.
And you know what, to tie it into what we're talking about, when you get children in adult situations and feelings and emotions and everything is involved, a lot of these moms, I'm not saying dads don't do it too, but a lot of this is a woman trait where women, oh, you ain't gonna have no bitches around mom's kids and da 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 da. They don't realize they're tainting their relationship with their other parent, which is so important. It's so important, and especially if you have a son and you are, because men are important in these boys' lives. Like, I've watched you raise your boys and your ex-wife and everything like that. And not saying your children's was like angels from the sky, but you have stand-up children because y'all didn't let all of that y'all was going through spill out to your kids and taint their thoughts. Y'all, like, I don't know, y'all like friends and everything.
But see, let me tell you, that has always been like the craziest situation because people literally would say to me, how do you and your ex-wife get along?
Y'all are
And I would say,
friends. Y'all go on vacations together with the other spouse.
right. And I would say it's bigger than me and her.
It is.
It's about the kids. And if you truly love your kid, you will put your pride and your ego to the side.
I agree
And
with that.
this is my thing. I was talking about this today. Society is so messed up because people allow their pride and their ego to take center stage. You should the your kids should always be number one.
Always.
Always be number one. So I'm not cursing out my ex to my kids. I'm not talking bad about my ex to my kids. I'm going to show love. We may not be in love with each other any longer, but I love my kids enough to have love for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
And
most important thing that you can do for your children
right,
is to treat their mother well, because then your daughters see that they deserve to be well treated,
a
and your
hundred percent.
sons see what it takes, especially in the bad times. Like my my bonus daughter, um her stepdad is a better dad, and it's no shade on my ex, but her stepdad is like, her father will always be her father, but her stepdad has done all the things since she's like 6 years old. Um, in my opinion, my ex was a very lazy parent. And there's lots of pictures of her stepdad braiding her hair for a swim meet, like doing the little things that I don't believe that my ex ever did.
Mm.
And I knew her mother was like really stand up, and I did not try and get between that, and like I didn't get in the middle of that at all. And I probably feel like maybe I should have made some of the decisions. But like every time we went to see her in college, like I pay for the gas, I pay for the tolls, I pay for the hotel. And like I dragged this man to see his only daughter at school.
Mm.
So now it's kind of like, before we broke up, I was like, one of the things, don't worry about me, but you have another relationship with a different woman that you need to fix, and you need to fix it now. And he's looking at me like, what other woman? I'm like, you have a daughter and she doesn't like you. And he
Mm.
looked at me
That's
like
awful.
I slapped him. He looked at me
You
like,
did though.
oh, please, I'm clutching my pearls now. Oh, the
Yeah.
humanities. And I'm like, dude, you have two kids. The one kid is your mini me, and you have all of the same things in common. So it's easy for you. You don't ever have to do anything that's uncomfortable. But you have another kid who is a fully formed human being that you really know nothing about.
Mm.
And explaining that, because I'm the outsider, I got no business knowing these things. And being part of
But
having a
you know
blended
what? Honestly, with being a blend in a blended family, I commend you because not a lot of people will step in your shoes and give their mate that type of truth. A lot of them will mind their business because they're intimidated by the past, the past of you having these kids and blah 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 blah. And I commend you for speaking the truth as you saw it, because then that would give him a chance to kind of try to, fix some things if that's what he wanted to do.
But I did not. I did that for two reasons. I had to get a lot of stuff out of my system before I could have closure, before I could like put it to bed and walk away.
Uh-huh.
That was one. And two, I did not like when it came to my kids, I always like put on this like brave face. Like it wasn't as bad and I didn't fight. I figured if I took the high road and I didn't fight and I didn't get into it and I didn't keep going back to court, that eventually everything would come back my way. It didn't. And like I have a very strange relationship with my actual children.
Uh-huh.
So I was not gonna like not stand up for this girl because he was like, oh, but I take the high road. I don't have to like go head to head. But you should want to. The first time that she called her stepdad to come fix something in her off-campus apartment instead of you, that should have like woke you the fuck up. The first time that this dude drove 5 hours to take care of your little girl, you should have been like, hold on now. Because they weren't married. He was still just like mom's boyfriend. And he's a really nice person. And I have like a very nice relationship with that guy too. They're my family. Like my ex's ex and her new husband have become
My goodness.
important to me. But the thing is, like, the first time I heard this, I was like, you need to like go and do that. You need to get in your car and drive up to Syracuse and change that goddamn light bulb. Because there's somebody who's doing your job and you can't kind of like lazy out of it.
But see, Barbara, that's where I say, once again, that's where the pride and the ego and things like that block people, because they can't let certain things go, and people get so prideful they don't know how to deal with it. So now you have your kid that can't even relate to you anymore because you let your pride get in front of everything instead of stepping back and dealing with it like a grown-up. Some grown-ups are worse than kids. And
I agree, but some grown-ups, they're mad. Their basis of their them being like this is not because, their relationship with their kid, is because the other adult moved on without them.
Right. That's it. I've witnessed. I was dating a young lady, and her ex was so upset that she was dating someone else and stuff like. I was like, damn. I told her, yo, why don't you just go date him again? It like you gotta work this out.
Olivia said a lot of grown-ups are emotionally immature. And
yes,
yeah, it's true.
yes.
The big mistake that I made when I was going through my divorce and my ex was like doing all kind of crazy shit, like putting glue in my lock, like all the time, And the cops would come and they're like, the minute you put the key in the lock, you've destroyed the evidence. There was crazy glue in my lock. Like, I can't even tell you how many times. So I moved. Like I was dating somebody who was like, made me feel safe. And I moved away and I moved in with somebody else. I didn't love him, but I was safe. And I will pay for that for the rest of my life. My kids will never forgive me
For what part?
for leaving, for packing up and leaving.
I will say this though, because, and Olivia, you're right. Like we can disagree, but being petty and physical fights are ridiculous. It just don't make no sense. But I've learned negative attention is still attention. So people will fight and argue with you till the cows come home because a negative attention is still attention, right?
Hmm.
Um, but I've also learned as a mom, because we don't come, these kids don't come with a book. If they did, then we all would be perfect parents, and that's that.
But even
However,
if you read a parenting book, it doesn't necessarily apply to your child.
exactly. Um, because now these things with soft parenting and all this other stuff, my kids, I couldn't soft parent. That wasn't my kids. um,
That wasn't
so
how you was raised either.
that's true. Um, but I feel like we also have to be careful of how much energy we put into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas in being a parent, because these kids will have you batshit crazy, moving on with their lives, having these peaceful lives, and you will still be waddling in self pity and mom guilt for some shit you really didn't have no control over, for some shit. So you have to forgive, parents. Listen, and this is me for real, because I had to do it myself. I don't tell people nothing. I don't tell myself.
I had to do it too. I know where you going.
You have to forgive yourself
Hmm.
for everything you didn't do as a parent, or you got to, because you will be fucking nuts.
Sean, I don't want to interrupt what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I got to co-sign what you're saying, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll sit in with my kids. They'll come over. I'm going through what I'm going through now. They'll come over. We'll be sitting down. We'll be conversing, and sometimes I'll be like, "But damn, if this didn't happen with me and your mom, things could have been a little bit." And my kids, not me, my kids will be like, "Dad, you couldn't control that.
Nope.
That would have happened whether you was in the house or not."
Yep.
So sometimes as parents, we get so caught up into what we didn't do or what we feel we should have done.
Yep.
And you don't have control over every aspect of life.
Nope.
Sometimes life is just life. And you got to let your kids deal with it. You have to deal with it. You have to roll with the punches. And as they say, I'm giving you all the cliches in the world. Let the chips fall where they may. But that's what it is. Because I've caught myself doing that. Like, damn, if I was around a little more, if I wasn't working so much,
Mhm.
dad, you was a great dad. You're still a great dad. You can't control every minute of the day in
No,
our
you cannot.
lives. So my daughters were always quick to say that. So you're 100% right with that one. A hundred
Yeah, like,
percent.
because your kids, see, because you can't win for losing, right? So if you
Right.
was the parent who was always involved and they're grown and you're still involved and you got 12 cats, then they're going to tell you to mind your motherfucking business and let them live their life,
Right.
right? But then if you, it's the truth. Like, so you just got to forgive yourself, let them live their life. You live your life. I tell my kids, you need me, I'm here. My
Yep.
grandkids need something, I'm here, right? But they're going to live their life. I'm going to live my life how I see fit. They're going to live their life how they see fit. So in the end, you are happy with the way things turned out, even if you have some regret. You're not feeling like, or they're not feeling like, oh, my mom, directed me into this, or my mom forced me to be this way. No, live your life, you know. And anyway, like, I feel like, you know, atheists and some other religions believe it's the universe, is this, is that. But me, I'm not an atheist, but I am a spirituality person. And honestly, like I do feel like because I'm a spiritual person and I do believe in God, I believe that we are beings going through a life that is already planned out. We're just vessels going through this
Hmm.
life that's already made for us, right? So you can't control it. You can't, whatever happens in life it's already, as they say in the Bible, God knew you when you was in your mother's womb. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's like you're not gonna be able to control it. You ain't gonna be able to, do nothing to change what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And you just forgive yourself. And that's where it starts. Forgive yourself for any decisions you made. If you feel like your baby daddy is the bum and you shouldn't have been with him, forgive yourself for that and move on. And the child that came with that is the blessing. And
Right.
that was what was meant to come out of that relationship. That child, them
A hundred
children.
percent.
And
A
that's
hundred
that.
percent.
And you
Yes.
just move on.
Yes. And ladies, I got an idea for our next topic.
Yes.
All right. This is gonna be
I
funny.
agree, Olivia. Some people can't move on.
Okay.
This one
No,
is
some
gonna be
people
funny.
can't move on.
And they love being in chaos. I agree with that. Oof.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ew.
Are
What's
you
up?
you are a BET person, right?
Mm,
You
depending
are.
on the night.
All right. Do you watch the show Sisters?
No, I can't
All
get
right.
into it.
This is a scenario. One of your exes, you're in a new relationship,
Hmm.
whether you're married in that relationship or you're dating. It's a
Hmm.
serious relationship. You found out you thought your ex got hurt or died. Would you Somebody told me I was cold because I said I wouldn't be crying and boo-hooing. Now you found out that the ex was alive and all right. Your
I've
significant
actually
other,
been through this.
huh?
I've actually been through this.
All right, your significant other. It was a scenario where this lady, she owned the beauty parlor. They thought her beauty parlor burnt down. They thought she died in it. They found out she didn't. He's there with his ex. He's crying. He's upset. He sees that she's all right. He runs up to her and hug her. If Kevin did that to an ex, would you be all right with that?
Yeah. What difference does it make?
I would,
No,
especially like
no.
because
If he
let me
was
tell you
about the
this.
Dominican
Let me
ass,
tell you
yeah.
this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you
Mm-mm.
this. I would be. Let me tell you why.
Uh
Because
huh.
I've been in this, and then we'll talk about it next week. So, and it's so funny how your ex knows you, right? Your ex knows you.
Right.
So, my children's father, I don't know if I told y'all, but
Exactly.
my
Olivia says it's
oldest
not like they're
kid's
gonna rent a room somewhere. They're just like,
right.
I'm
They
glad
they
you're
just got
not.
on the fire, right?
I'm glad
So
you're
my
not dead.
right.
I
I'm
I
glad you're
wouldn't
not
be
dead,
cool with it, but
especially if it's my children's father, right? So my oldest kid's father, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer,
mm-hmm.
and my daughter went and she went with him to get his surgery. She was there for him. She brought him home. My daughter, everybody who knows, she's a medical assistant, so she was there to assist her dad. Now, he's a married man, but the wife thought it's talking about blended families. The wife thought it was important because it was her birthday weekend to go to the club instead of being with her man that just got out of the hospital from removing his prostate.
I'm shutting the thing down. I'm shutting it.
I'm dead serious.
You're not serious.
And
Hold up. Pause. Stop. You're not serious.
I'm dead serious.
See,
This
that's why
recently just happened.
saying stuff like that. That's why I never want to get married again. Like,
We've done
So
it again.
surgery and she
We've
want to
done
go
it
to the
again. We've
club.
put him off women again.
no, She did go to the club. She did. And
I'm
my
disgusted.
daughter was there. I'm dead serious. You could call your
I'm
niece and ask her.
disgusted. I'm about to shit
And
myself.
and I said to her, she was on the phone and she was like, Daddy, you know, you okay, whatever. And I was like, you know, Nicole, tell him I hope all is well. And I'm praying for him. And he told my daughter that, you know what, no matter how much shit me and your mother go through, I know she's a caring person and she would care even if it's for y'all's sake. And that is the truth.
Oh no, that is the truth. You care. Like,
I want to punch him in his face, but I don't want him to die.
But see, y'all not getting what I'm saying. It's a difference between caring. I would care. I wouldn't.
If he died, I would cry.
Okay.
nerve. When my first baby daddy died about 18 months ago, not a tear. Not a tear.
I would feel.
Not a
I don't. You
tear.
know what? Because
And I am a mushy. Like, I'm a crybaby. I'll tell
you are.
you.
But
Yeah.
you know what? For me, is like I know how my
Absolutely,
daughter would
Karma,
lose
Olivia.
her mind. You hear me? If her father died, she would lose her mind. So me watching my kids hurt is going to hurt me.
No, but see, I'm saying not because of your daughter. And say you didn't have kids with this person or anything.
All right, so
What
let's
would
use
someone
so
you
let's
dated?
use the let's use like the false prophet or
Yeah, if the false
ex before
prophet,
Kevin.
if the false prophet got hit by a bus,
Oh,
would you
shit.
be boo-hooing and crying?
I don't
No.
probably not.
No. And
But I would be like, damn, that's fucked up. Like
No,
I'd be like, dang.
because you're human. I would feel bad.
Right.
It's a
would
difference.
feel bad.
I believe it's a difference in feeling bad. Of course, being humane, you would feel bad. You may be sad. There's a difference in feeling sad and breaking down and hysterically crying over someone that you used to date when you're in a whole new marriage or a
I
whole
think
new
that's two
relationship.
different. I don't think that is because, first of all, there are people like how Barbara says she's a crier. There are people who don't know how to really control their emotions or, can't figure out their emotions. So they might just be crying because not crying because they don't know how to control their emotions, but they might be crying because they feel it. But that's the look, she said I'm one of them. See, like
Well,
I
Sean,
would probably cry. I probably wouldn't be rolling on the carpet, but I would probably cry if one of my children's father died. I probably would.
I wish you watched the show Sisters so you'll know the
I'm
scenario.
gonna watch it just for
Because
you.
even later, like, say you walk in and Kevin's on the phone with his ex, and she says something like, I thought you hated me. And he's like, no, I love you. You wouldn't feel no way.
No, I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head.
This is what I like.
Exactly.
It has to be a limit to certain things. But see, now you're making me think I am icebox like you always called me. Because I would be like,
I don't lie to my brother. I love you.
I would be like, yo, I feel bad, but I'm not like, especially if we just dated. Like my ex,
right? Like it don't have to be.
Wife, if something happened to her, I would be mortified.
Olivia said you can love someone and not be in love, and that's true.
No,
I don't love my baby
you
daddy.
could definitely love someone and
no
not
how.
be in love. You could definitely love someone and not be in love. But like I said, falling down, crying, I would feel some way. I'm sorry. If my woman,
if Kevin was getting ready to cry and he's jumping in the coffin,
right?
If King Mother was to die, then
right. I think there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, that would be a problem for me.
So we should talk about.
Let's wait. This is next week.
Right. We
have gotten too deep.
Yeah, we're like already into like episode 65.
We have got too deep in this. I'm gonna watch Sisters I'm gonna
Right.
We
watch
are
Sisters.
10 minutes over, my loves.
It
Yes,
comes on tomorrow at
I'm gonna
9.
watch it, and then we are gonna talk about right, like a Medea movie. Yeah, I'm not jumping in the casket with nobody.
Yeah, I'm not
So
jumping in nobody's casket. I'm sorry.
we are going to watch it.
Yeah, no.
We'll talk about it, and this is the topic. So I love your topic. That's the next topic. I love you guys. Good night.
Olivia,
Good
thanks.
night, Olivia.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Olivia.
being with us the whole time. We will talk again soon. Yeah, it is like a Medea movie. Yeah. Hopefully next week it will be as entertaining as a Medea movie.
All right. Later, people.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.